All right, so I think everybody's a little tight today. Maybe it's just me. Some people are more or less, we just. So we're going to work on axial extension. So lengthening the spine. You guys talking?
Whoa!
Are you looking at me? I bet it's freezing in here.
It is cold. So that's why we're standing up to get warmed up.
I'm already sweating, so nobody touch the air.
Okay. So axial extension, extending the spine, lengthening, and then we'll do the other directions of the spine. So twisting, folding forward, bending back, and laterals. All right, all those fun things. So let's start with palm tree pose. So this is axial extension. We're going to do feet first and then both together. Or no, sorry, feet first, just the arms, and then both together. 3 rests. So starting with just the feet, we're going to inhale, come up, exhale down. Three more. 2 more. And last one. Nice. All right. Next, we're going to do just the arms. So we're going to inhale, arms up, exhale down. So do this one slow. That's an inhale up, exhale down. Halfway done. Three more. 2 more. And last one. Nice. All right. Next round, we're going to do both together. Inhale, coming up. Exhale down. Three more. 2 more. And last one. Nice. All right, check it out. Release. Excellent. All right, so that's our axial extension. We're going to do standing cat and cow. That's our forward fold and back bend. So feet are at least hip width distance apart. We're going to bend the knees, hands on the front of the thighs, tuck the chin and the tailbone. This is our exhale cat. On the inhale, and we're going slow, we're going to open up, looking up. If you want, you can turn the palms facing forward. It's going to open up the thoracic rib cage. Exhale, back to cat. Inhale, up to cat. So back and forth between the two. See if you can go nice and slow. Excellent. 2 more in each direction. And then we'll finish off in neutral. All right, so feet are a little bit wider for the next one for our lateral. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 5 on each side, and then we're gonna come back and do a hold with it. All right, so hand on the hip or down by your side. Inhale, one arm up and then over. Exhale, bring it back. Second side, inhale. So when we're first starting, it might be a little tight. As we keep moving, you might go a little deeper, but don't push it. Just let the body warm up naturally. And maybe you want your feet a little bit wider, that's fine too. If you're going over further, might need a little bit more of a wider base. Oh, and I forgot to count, so 14, 21. Okay, one more time each side, just for fun. Excellent, and then back to center. And then we're gonna do one more each side and do a couple breaths while we do it. So we're gonna inhale, bring this arm up, and we're gonna stay here and then take a couple breaths. See if you can feel the rib cage moving as you inhale and exhale. Excellent, take an inhale, and then on the exhale, bring that arm back, and then we'll do the other side. Inhale, bring it up and over, and then a couple breaths in position. Breathing into that rib cage. Take an inhale, and then on the exhale, bring that arm back down. Whew, I feel like about 2 inches taller. All right, so next let's do twist. We're gonna do it gently because we're still a little tight maybe. And then we're looking at maybe keeping it up here and higher. So we're not trying to twist that lower spine down into the sacrum. We wanna keep that up higher. Arms can be wherever you like, closer to the body, in a T, whatever you like. And then 2 choices. So you can do the inhale and then exhale to the side, or if you prefer, just swing back and forth. Excellent. And then release it, or come back to center. And then we're going to twist each side and hold it for a couple breaths. So inhale nice and tall, and then on the exhale, turn into it. Don't have to go too deep. And then just take a couple breaths here. Excellent. Back to center, and then exhale to the second side. Let's do a couple of breaths here. Excellent, and then back to center. Nice. Yeah, you can check that one out. Now we're gonna do our counter pose for the twisting and the laterals, and that is going to be our half sun salutation. So if you have anything on your mat, clear it off. Well, we're not going anywhere, but just so you're not tripping over anything. All right. So feet can be closer to hip distance apart, but if you like them wider, that's totally fine. Here we go. So hands at the heart. We're going to inhale. Hands come down, arms come up, and then exhale, arms out to the side, swan dive. We're hinging at that hip joint. Bend the knees, exhale, coming all the way down. So that forward fold. On the inhale, we're going to come halfway up. Hands come to the front of the legs. And then exhale, fold forward again. Bend the knees, nice and deep. Arms out to the side, push the feet into the floor. Inhale, hands come all the way up. Exhale. Hands to her. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees nice and deep, arms out to the side, push the feet in, coming all the way up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. Let's do 1 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees nice and deep, arms out to the side. Inhale, coming all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we're going to do 1 more round. We're adding an extra breath. So when we're in the fold and we have our hands on our hips, we're going to take another inhale and exhale here. So I want you to imagine the extension, head, tailbone. So that's the axial extension that we're working on. All right, ready? Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to pause here. Take another full breath. Inhale, feel that extension. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees nice and deep, arms out to the side. Inhale, coming all the way up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. All right, 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to pause here. Exhale, and then another full breath. Inhale, feel the length of that whole spine. And then exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, arms out to the side, push the feet in. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale here in place. Nice inhale, nice and long, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees nice and deep, arms up to the side. Inhale. Coming all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Excellent. Okay, a little bit warmed up now. Nice. All right. So let's do, we're going to do a modified version of that palm tree pose. So we're going to move the feet and the arms. So it's more of a, well, it's not anything like that. Never mind. All right, so we're going to take a step forward, doesn't matter which leg, and extend that arm up, and then come back, and then we'll do the other leg. Just do that a couple of times. That you can come up onto the toes of the back foot or keep that heel on the floor. Excellent. All right, we're going to do 1 more time each side. Nice. All right. So let's do our other moving balance, our Karate Kid flying crane. We're going to do a couple of different options. I haven't decided how many we're doing yet. All right, let's start with the original. See how many we can get through before you guys get bored. All right, original option, hands in front, hands come out, 1 knee comes up, and then back, and then the other side. We won't do too many of each. How about that? It's a good compromise. Excellent. 1 more time each side on this one. Nice. All right. Next, we're going to do opposite. So we'll start with the hands out. Bring 1 knee up, touch the opposite hand, back down, other side. Awesome. All right, one more time each side. Excellent. All right, we're gonna do 2 more versions of this one. So next one is mountain climbers. All right, so that is lifting opposite. So one knee up, opposite arm up, like that, and then like that. So this is the inhale, exhale down. And if you want to make this more difficult, slow it down. Nice. All right, one more time each side. Excellent. All right, so our last version is high knees. I don't know if it has a better name. So arms out in front. We're going to lift the knees up as high as you can. All right, so here we go. If you want, if you're not too hot already, you can go faster. If your balance allows it. Sometimes it's fun to go super fast on this one, but not today for me. But I'm not going to stop you. Excellent. All right, one more time each side or finish off evenly and shake it out. All right, let's do tree pose and then we'll do warrior 1. All right, so for your tree pose, we're gonna pick one foot. That foot's gonna stay on the floor, heel above the ankle on the other foot. So we wanna check in with this hip. I'm exaggerating here, but we wanna keep that nice and strong and straight, activating the muscles all the way around the hip joint. Start with the hands at the heart. And then we're gonna grow our branches. So first thing, breathe. Yay. And then I remembered to do it in a different order. All right, next option, arms can be power pose, a Y, a T. Move the arms. If you have your balance you want, you can bring that foot up higher. If you get a little wobbly, extend from the top of the head. Excellent. And then when you're ready to come out, coming out nice and graceful. Awesome. All right, shake it out. And then let's do the other side. We're going to root that foot down into the earth, heel above the ankle. Check in with that straight leg hip, nice and strong. Hands at the heart. We're going to grow our branches. Breathe. Not just once, the whole time. And then options with the arms, Y, a T. Moving your branches. If you have your balance you want, you can bring that foot up higher. If you feel a wobbly, extend from the crown of the head. Know that if you fall out, you can always come back in. Excellent. And then when you're ready to come out, coming out nice and gracefully. All right, if you want, you can shake that out. All right, what did I say next? Warrior 1. All right, so we're gonna turn one foot out, step that first foot forward. And as y'all know, I like to warm up the knee first. So we're gonna inhale, straight leg, exhale, bend. Hands can be on the hips or down by your sides. So we want the gaze to be a couple feet in front of us. If we're looking down, we're rounding too much. If we're looking up, we're pinching the cervical spine. So somewhere in that range there. This is also a good kind of check in to see if that back calf is tight. Excellent. We're going to push off, step back, turn that foot out, second foot comes forward. Inhale, straight leg, exhale, bend. Excellent. And then when you're ready, we're going to push off, step back. And then what we're going to do for arms. I'm going to do cactus arms. If there's a different option that you would prefer to do, you always have my permission. And then the other thing to think about is if you're in close versus further out the legs are, the more work it is, as long as you have your balance. All right, so here we go. So we're going to inhale, bend at the elbows, bend that front knee, exhale back. Excellent. Last one. Nice. All right. Step the feet back together. Go to the other side. If you want to switch to a different option with the arms, you're welcome to do that. All right. Feet are nice and solid on the floor. Here we go. Inhale. Bend the elbows. Bend that front knee. Exhale back. Excellent. And one more. Nice. All right. Step the feet back together. Shake it out if you like. And then let's do warrior 2 next. And then we'll do a high lunge. We don't have blocks, so we're not going to do it at the same time. Okay, we'll do high lunge after warrior 2. All right. So whatever foot you stepped forward with warrior 1, see if you can do the other foot first instead. Just for fun. If you don't remember, there's no quiz. I wasn't paying attention. All right. So torso is facing the side of the mat mostly. We're going to bend that front knee over that front ankle. Hands at the heart. Arms open out to the side. Gazes over those front fingers. We're going to hold this position for a breath or so. Soften the shoulders, extend the fingers. Excellent. All right, let's do some moving here. So we're going to bend that front elbow, forearm comes to that front thigh, side angle pose. This backhand can be hand on the hip, hand up towards the ceiling, or that arm over the ear. On your next inhale, we're going to windmill around to peaceful warrior. Hand comes up towards the ceiling. You can look up at that hand or towards the horizon. Excellent. Exhale back to side angle pose. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Nice. One more time through side angle pose. Excellent. And inhale, peaceful warrior. Excellent. Back to warrior two. Drop the arms and step the feet back together. All right, shake it out if you like. Other side. We're gonna bend that ankle, or sorry, the knee over the ankle. Hands at the heart, arms open up to the side, gazes over those front fingers. Soften the shoulders, extend the fingers. Excellent. We're going to bend that front elbow, side angle pose. This back hand can be on the hip, hand up towards the ceiling, or arm overhead. Excellent. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Gaze can be up at that hand, at the horizon, or down towards the floor. And then exhale back to side angle pose. Inhale, windmill around to peaceful warrior. And one more time through. Exhale, side angle pose. Nice. And last, peaceful warrior. Excellent. Back to warrior two. And then we'll drop the arms and step the feet back together. If you want, shake it out. All right, so next is high lunge, and then we're gonna go and do dancing warrior. It's just that kind of day. All right, high lunge. So 2 ways to get into it, and a couple of tricky feet bit. It's not tricky, but options with the feet. So one way to get into it is to step that foot forward and then bring the arms up. That's one way. Another option is to lift one knee up and step back. To make sure your mat is clear, you're not stepping onto anything. Oh, so you step back and then bring the arms up. Okay. So I'm going to do the step back. So if you're doing the step back, you want to come maybe up past halfway on your mat. If you step forward, then give yourself enough room to do that. All right. So we're going to step into position. That back foot, you can be up on the toes or have that heel down. And then we're going to inhale the arms up. We're going to keep the feet how they are. We're going to exhale, bring the arms back down. Inhale, arms up again. Exhale, back down. We're going to do the arms one more time. Inhale. Nice. And exhale. And then we'll step the feet back together. I obviously need to shake some stuff out today because I'm like shook after every pose. All right. Other side. You can lift the knee and step back or step that foot forward. Toes can be up or heel down. And then we'll do 3 breaths here. Inhale the arms up. Exhale back down. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And down. Nice. Step the feet back together. So let's do dancing warrior, and then we're going to do one more warrior one with different arms, just because. All right, I'm going to turn my mat sideways for this. You guys don't have to. So we're going to start facing one direction and then end up facing the other direction, is kind of how dancing warrior works. So let's just do it. All right, so in warrior two position with the legs, do the hands at the heart and then the arms open out. And then on the inhale, we're going to turn the feet facing the wide length of the mat. Arms come up to center. And then on the exhale, we're facing the opposite direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, back to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, face the back of the room. Nice. Inhale and exhale. This is why we warmed up the knees, right? Inhale to the center. Center. And then other side. Let's do one more round. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale center. And then excellent. Drop the arms, step the feet back together. Shake if you need. All right, what did I promise next? All right, one more warrior one. And then I'll think of more torture. No, you guys are having so much fun. All right, you won't complain about the air conditioning again, right? Okay, so this, which one do we want to do? We've got two options. All right, so let's do warrior one feet first. So turn one foot out, step first foot forward. We're just gonna do this one. Okay, so hands straight out in front. You're gonna inhale the arms open, bend that front knee. If you wanna make this hurt tomorrow, squeeze the hands behind you and then exhale back. Don't overdo it though, please, because it will bite you tomorrow. Exhale back, inhale. And exhale. One more. Nice. And release, step the feet back together. And let's do the other side. All right, arms out in front. If you've overdone it, just do hands to heart. All right, ready? Here we go. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Nice. One more time. All right, we'll drop the arms, step the feet back together. And all right, so let's do a little neck and shoulder release. So we're gonna start with the arms out to the side, feet are nice and wide. And we're just gonna make little circles here. And then reverse those little circles. Excellent. Release the arms. Shake it out if you like. And then arms back up. And then we're going to do one set of fingers go up, one goes down, and then switch. And then if it feels okay for your neck and shoulders, you can add the head turn. Excellent. All right, I'll drop that, shake it out. Nice. All right, are you guys up for a triangle? Of course, yes. All right. So a couple weeks ago, we did kind of like a mini triangle workshop with adjustments. So if I came around and kind of pointed out things that I would have you slightly adjust on yourself. So just to kind of go, I'm going to demonstrate kind of some of the things that I would like you guys to pay attention to on your own self. I'm not going to come around because there's too many. So here's what I want you to pay attention to while you're doing this. All right. So the front knee is straight-ish, but you can bend as much or as, don't come into it yet, because I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk for just a little bit. And I don't want you to get stuck on one side. So you can bend it as much as you need. The most important part for this pose, in my opinion, because other teachers will tell you other things, is the torso. So if you come down into this and this shoulder is in front of your head, you're compressing the lungs. So that's got to go back. And if that means you're here, that means you're there. If you can come down here and keep this back, awesome. If not, stay up higher. And then the other thing is where the hand is facing will help that. So if you're in the pose and your hand is like this, what's happening to my shoulder? Right. So your palm of your hand is facing the same direction as your nose. And then you're going to have a little bit better control over that shoulder. And the other thing is extension this way, so we're not collapsing like that. So it's a twist and an extension, which is our lateral and our twist. Okay, you guys got that? Yes, yes, you do. Because you're going to go, oh, that's what she was talking about. Because you're going to feel it inside of you. All right, so here we go. So we're going to step one foot in, and I'll go this way so maybe you can see me better. Back foot is kind of in line with the heel of the front foot. And it doesn't matter how close you are to the ground. Not part of the pose. All right, hands at the heart, arms open out to the side. We're going to take these front fingers and send it forward. Lock the arms and then tick-tock like a clock. So 6 o'clock, whatever. This hand, the palm is facing same direction as your nose. If you're looking at the bathrooms, your palm should be facing the bathrooms. If you're looking at the floor, same idea. Imagine the top of your head, straight line with the spine, extending out like we did with those half sun salutations. Don't forget to breathe. All right, to come out, take that upper hand, pull up, and then over. Drop the hands, bend the knees, step the feet together. You can shake that one out if you want. No pressure. All right, other side. Check where the feet are, hands at the heart, arms open up to the side. We're going forward first with those fingers. Lock the arms, tick-tock, wherever the hand gets. Don't worry about it. Where your palm is facing and where your shoulder is, that's what matters. Breathing, extending, top of the head. All right, when you're ready to come out, we're going to grab that invisible rope, pull up, and then center and release. Bend the knees, step the feet together, shake it out. Next week, if I remember, we'll get blocks and we'll do it from the ground up. That one, some people like that one better. Some people don't. But it gives you a little bit more time to do some of the torso stuff. All right. Let's do cowboy pose and then squat, and then we'll come down to the floor. Okay, so cowboy is star and horse. Feet are turned out. We're going to inhale, arms come up, open the fingers, so this is our star pose. And then on the exhale, we're going to bend the knees and bend the elbows. If you want, you can bend the wrists, although I don't think you'd do this riding a horse. Or actually, it kind of looks like the horse ears, right? All right, inhale, open. I'm ridiculous, I know. All right, exhale back down. Inhale up. This next time we come down, exhale, and then I want you to see if you can move your tailbone without straining your back. If you can't, that's okay, it's odd. All right, inhale. Last time down, exhale. And then we're gonna inhale, exhale, release the arms down, step the feet back together, shake them out. And then let's do a squat. Let's see, if you have tight ankles, I'm gonna recommend heels on a blanket or a towel. Other things to keep in mind with the squat is we want to lengthen that spine. If we're rolling over again, we're compressing stuff. So once you get down, see if you can lift the spine up. And then The spine matters more than how deep you get into the squat. All right, so here we go. So I'll show you on the blanket. We're gonna bend down, go nice and slow. And then you can bring the elbows in between the knees. If you don't feel like doing a squat, come and sit on the floor, that's totally fine. Once you kind of have this down, if you want to go up a level with the squat, let's see if I can do this today. Oh, bringing one knee in. No? All right. You guys are laughing at me,
How about
right?
next week we do this?
Next week. Yeah, you guys are all doing this next week.
We're just jealous.
All right, so hip mobility. This is interior or internal rotation, sorry. And it's also good for your ankles to move around, right? Okay, so falling gracefully on the floor, because that's what I'm about to do. Whew. All right. So what didn't we do because we started standing up? Let's do 6 directions of the spine here, and then we'll do our open and close twist after that. All right, so you can have legs out if that's more comfortable, or sitting cross-legged. And we're going to start with our cat and cow, which is our forward fold and back bend, hands under the knees or under the thighs if the legs are out. We'll start with the exhale back to cat. Dip the chin, tuck the tailbone. On the inhale, rounding up, looking up. And we've done a bunch of stuff, so maybe you can go a little deeper than you would if we started class with this. But don't overdo it because we're kind of on the downswing. And we did a bunch of more challenging poses, so we're kind of doing more counter posing than. Excellent. Okay, one more time in each direction. And then back to neutral. All right, next we're gonna do our laterals. And if you wanna hang out in your side lateral a little bit longer, that's totally fine. But going slow is more important than how deep you go. All right, one hand down, inhale. And you could probably go pretty far because we did a lot of lateral stuff today. But again, no need to overdo it. So pushing the hand that's on the floor is going to help keep that opposite knee from popping up as we go over. Excellent. All right, let's do one more time each side. Excellent. And then back to neutral. Let's go ahead and do our twist next. So inhale, staying up nice and tall. Exhale, we're going to turn to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Nice. One more time each side or finish off evenly. And then back to center. All right, open and close twist. All right, so extending one leg out. And starting with my left leg out, left arm over that left leg. We're gonna inhale, lift, feel that whole extension of the spine. Exhale in front of or behind that right knee. Right hand comes behind the spine. Inhale to lift, exhale, turn, look towards that back wall. Excellent, unwind. Extend that arm over that leg again, gaze follows the thumb. Inhale, open twist. Exhale, bring it back. Nice. We're gonna switch legs and arms. Inhale, lift, feel the whole extension of the spine. Exhale in front of or behind that left knee. Inhale, lift, exhale, turn and look towards that back wall. Nice. Inhale back to center. We're gonna extend that arm over the leg again. Inhale to that open twist. Excellent. Bring it on back. All right, let's do, we're gonna do 3 forward folds here. All right, so the first one, we're gonna bring one leg out to the side, bend the knee of the opposite leg, foot comes into that thigh. We're gonna use our friend gravity, so inhale the arms up. And then we're gonna turn the torso to face that extended leg. Exhale, fold forward. Let's do 3, tap down, inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, back up. And then last one, we're not gonna stay down. Exhale, down. Inhale, bring it back up. And then you're gonna exhale, release the arms. Switching the legs. Inhale the arms up, turn the torso towards the extended leg. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring it up. Again, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, up. And one last time, exhale, tap down. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, center. Release the arms. Your option, your choice to do a wide-legged forward fold or legs together. I'm gonna do wide. And we're just going to walk it down. All right, so one thing is to walk the hips back, and then we want that pelvic tilt. So if I'm tilted back, I'm not reaching anywhere. If I'm tilted a little bit neutral, maybe forward, I'm gonna go a little bit further. And then I'm not hunching, I have my shoulders back a little bit. Okay, here we go. So hands in front. Inhale, lift, exhale, walk forward. And we'll just take 2 or 3 breaths at your forward fold. I was gonna say mostest, at the furthest point that you are comfortable in. Excellent. To come back up, we're gonna inhale, use the hands, we'll walk it back up. Nice. And then bring the hands under the knees, bring the feet together, wrap the arms around the knees, drop the chin, and rock side to side. Excellent. All right, so let's bring the feet up to the top of the mat. We're gonna come onto the spine, hands on the knees, rolling back onto the flat of the back. And let's start with one-legged Apanasana. So we're gonna grab one knee, exhale, bring it into the chest, inhale, straighten the arm out, and let that foot fall to the floor. Exhale, knee in, inhale, foot to the floor. Excellent. Okay. One more time, each side. Nice. And then we're going to bring the arms out to the sides in a T and do some windshield wipers with the knees. So let's start with just regular. Feet are hip width distance apart. We're just going to go side to side. You don't have to go all the way down to the floor. You can go just a couple of inches or further. Either is fine. Excellent. Okay, pause that, and then we're gonna walk the feet wide, and then we're gonna drop each knee in towards the other foot. So it's coming in, this is our internal rotation. Excellent. Okay, pause that one. And then now we're going to do external rotation. So feet are about hip width distance apart, and we're going to drop one leg out to the side, bring it up to center, drop the other leg out to the side. That's our external rotation. Nice. Okay, pause that one, and then we're going to grab the knees again. Let's do wide-legged Apanasana. So the knees are wider than the hips. Exhale, knees come in. Inhale, knees go out. Nice. All right, let's bring the knees into the chest. On the exhale, on the inhale, arms up overhead, feet up towards the ceiling. If you like, you can point and flex the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Again, inhale, open, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, open, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. And last one, inhale, open, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. All right, if it's okay with your spine and you like to do it, you can rock side to side. Nice little massage, either in the upper back or in the sacrum. Excellent. All right, back to center. And then let's throw in a twist here. And then we'll finish off with our last couple of poses. All right, arms out to the side again. Left foot in the center of the mat. Right leg crosses over the left. We're going to drop both knees over to the left. And the head can look left, center, or right. Excellent. We're going to inhale both knees to center. Keep the legs crossed the way they are. Drop the knees over towards the right. And the head can look left, center, or right. Excellent. Inhale, both knees to center. Uncross. Right foot comes to the center. Left leg crosses over the right. We're going to drop both knees over towards the left. And the head can look left, center, or right. Excellent. Inhale, knees to center. Keep the cross the same. Drop the knees to the right. Head can turn left, center, or right. Excellent. We're going to inhale both knees to center, uncross. And then let's do the open book pose. So we're going to roll over onto your right or left side. If you have a blanket or a pillow, you can use that under your head. And then both arms are straight out in front like we did that second warrior one. We're going to inhale, and this top arm comes up towards the ceiling and then all the way over towards the floor behind you. It may not reach, so that's okay. Exhale, bring it back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, open, going nice and slow. Excellent. Exhale, bring it back. And one last time. Inhale, open. And exhale, closed. Excellent. We're going to roll over onto the other side. Arms out in front. On your next inhale, arm comes up towards the ceiling and then all the way over as far as it's comfortable. Exhale, bring it back. Nice and slow. And again, inhale, open. Exhale, bring it back. And one last time. Inhale, open. And exhale, closed. Excellent. Okay, coming back onto the spine. Let's do one last round of Apanasana, any style you like. Hands on the knees. We're going to exhale, bring the knees in. On the inhale, knees go out. Nice and gentle, nice and slow. Excellent. And then feet come down to the mat. Option to keep the knees bent, feet in the mat, or extend the legs all the way straight out. Arms down by your side. We're going to inhale, arms up overhead. Palm tree pose arms. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale. And exhale. Finish the one you're on and do 2 more. And then getting ready for your final relaxation pose. I'm going to sit up so you can hear me better. Let's see, getting any last little wiggles out. If you have a chair and you want to put your legs up on your chair, you're welcome to do that. Have legs out or knees bent, whatever feels nice on the spine. Let's do a full body relaxation, walking up the body, relaxing each part as we go. Starting with the feet. Relax the toes. Relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees and the space behind the knees. Relax the tops of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts seep out the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. If you'd like, you can roll your head side to side. When you're ready, and with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. When you're ready, and again with an inhale, pushing up to a comfortable seated position. And to bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way, let's finish with a breath of joy. All right, so hands start on the heart. We're going to inhale, hands down, arms up, fingertips touch. Exhale, arms back around, hands to heart. 3 times. Ready? Here we go. Inhale. Fingertips touch. Exhale. Hands to heart. Again, inhale. Fingertips touch. Exhale. Hands to heart. One more. Here we go. Inhale. Fingertips touch. Exhale. Hands to heart. Palms together. Hands to the heart. And namaste. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.